hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a PvZ. A god tier PvZ from RJB here on Polypoid. Bottom right, it's going to be a blue Protoss. Guess who it is? It's SnOw. And in the bottom left, it's a Zerg player. It's Sacsri. He is red. I don't feel like Sacsri is quite at SnOw's level, but RJB sent me this replay over Discord and said it is god tier, so I'm going to cast it and see why. And I'm going to cast it immediately. Not send it to the backlog. He sent it to me today, like 3 hours ago, during work. And now I'm off work, and now I am casting it. Alright, so, Polypoid. I think there was another... Yeah, it was Jaedong versus SnOw on Polypoid. That was a super, super epic game. If you want to link to it, let me know. I think it was Jaedong versus SnOw. Hey, accidental rhyming. What's up, Terry? Scouting the correct way here on this giant 4-player map. And he's going to be safe as well. He's going to just, you know, hang out up here, poke in to see if there's an expansion, poke in to see what buildings are being warped in. And, Mr. Petey the Probe scouting the wrong way. It's an example of RNG in StarCraft. Which direction are we going to scout? Simple as that. Hatch first, here at about 11 supply, here from Sacsri. I don't know, from my casting career with Sacsri, I feel like he is good at ZVT, but a little bit substandard at ZVP. While we were waiting for things to happen here, let's go ahead and see what his win rates are versus Protoss and Terran. Sacsri Zelda? Who the heck is Sacsri that is related to Zelda? This is a Brood War player. Get out of here, Google. Sacsri on Wikipedia. Dun 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 dun. Sacsri. He's our guy. Let's here it is. Okay, so all-time win rate versus P 48.7% and versus T 56.6%. That's it. Yes! My gut feeling was correct. He's way better against Terran than he is against Protoss. He loses over half the time against Protoss. Alright, doesn't mean he's going to lose this, though, because, I mean, winning 48.7 of your matches against Protoss means you're winning a bunch. You're doing fine. What is this? Are you really blocking this probe from getting in here to see your spawning pool? What the heck? I mean, I guess denying any kind of scouting from a probe is nice denial, but that's incredible. Oh, it was a gateway. And here's the Zealot. Robert the Zealot is up. What's up? FalconPaladin.store for Robert the Zealot merch, as well as Terry the Overlord stuff and Steve the SCV stuff, too. Yeah, so now the Zealot can actually maybe... Yeah, he's going to cause problems for this third base attempt for Sacsri. Love it. Love the Zealot pressure. Come on, SnOw's good at it. Beast is good at it. Oh no, SnOw. SnOw, you're supply blocked and you're starting to stack probes? SnOw, you're like microing way too hard over here or something. There we go. Puts the probes to work. And Lings are like, hey, oh, don't let him get back there. There is no back there for these minerals. Okay, so surround. Nope, it's so hard to surround these guys. They're slippery dippery, man, and there it is. He's in the spot where only 2 Lings can attack him at once. How many kills will he get? 2? 2, not good. 4 is even. 2 is bad. 5 is amazing. All right, so quick third base, recognizing the fast expand here, too. I mean, it was a gateway expand a Rooney. Not crazy fast, not like a Nexus first, but, you know, before Forge, before anything else. And now there's a bunch of Lings. They're like, can we maybe bait the Zealots to let us in? And the answer is probably not. We're going to go ahead and hack away at this gateway, though, is what we're going to do. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh, we're going to fight? Okay. We're going to fight a little bit. And in case you were curious about why Falcon is posting on a Friday, it's because this December, as a gift to all of you, I'm going to be posting an extra cast. An extra Brood War cast on Friday, giving you 6 VODs and a Sunday stream VOD to go to. That's 7 times new Brood War content will be on the channel this month. Every week, 7 times a week. Awesome stuff. Right. Love y'all. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it so far. This is going to be good. No. Oh, that probe, that cannon. Yeah. Oh, probes holding the line there, keeping these Lings out. That was almost very dangerous. They are being extremely dangerous. Lairs on the way. C'est bon. C'est très bon. Working on a cybernetics core. What else are we doing? What else are we doing here? Anything crazy? Nah, nothing nuts here. 2 bases, probing up, getting that gas. Waiting for the cyber core. Made some zealots and cannons first. And then we'll get a Stargate, because that's how we open PvZ ever since Bisu popularized it back in mid-2000s. Maybe even earlier than that. Early 2000s? Can't remember what year it was when Day 9 told that story, but... Man, I love Day 9. I miss him. I wish he did more StarCraft content. Like, any StarCraft content would be good, but... Like, maybe just once a week. Just once a week, Day 9. You can do your other card games and... Like, mostly walking series, where you do RPGs and stuff, and Elden Ring, and... Baldur's Gate 3. All that's great stuff! I've played all those games. They're fantastic. I'm just saying. Give us a little bit of StarCraft content every once in a while. Ooh, it's gonna be +1 arrow weapons on Corsairs. Probes are like, you try to get in here. These 2 cannons will tear you to shreds. To shreds, you say. Yes. No sport, or rather, no spores. No sunkens are a problem. No spores might be a problem later, but definitely no sunken's going to be a problem. This 3rd base, no sunkens? Dude, these lings, you can't handle this. It's like 1 ling for every zealot. Okay, so Sacsri's like, who needs any kind of static defense at my 3rd base at this stage of the game? Not me. And then, like, 6 zealots wander in, and all your probes have to run away, and some of them are definitely going to die, because, yep, this is SnOw we're talking about. He's not going to let them just evac. Oh, look at them holding the ramp, too. Sacsri's like, I'm just going to make enough lings to handle it, Falcon. It'll be fine. It's like, oh, yeah? Are you mining from your 3rd base at all? No. Did you just lose a bunch of drones because you didn't want to make any sunkens? Yes. I guess at this point it was maybe 3 drones that he lost. So 3 sunkens would have been the same as 3 drones, but also the extra costs. I don't know. This zealot really wants to get a scout off. He's got a good amount of HP right now, but it is slowly going away. He's like, ah, yes, a lair. Ah, yes, a spire. Right on. And guess what the production tab says? It's just Scourge. Ah. Thank you for not making Mutalisks against a +1 Corsair player, Sacsri. You may not be the best ZVP player in the world, but I will give you credit for... Ooh, Macro Hatches 1. And 2, not making Mutos against a +1 Corsairing SnOw. It's just a recipe for death. Templar Archives coming in. What else is going on in the world? Oh, I saw the new Godzilla on Sunday. Godzilla -1. It's really good. I talk about it on the podcast, the weekly podcast, the Falcon Paladin Hour, which is out at youtube.com/@Somicron. I will put a link to that in the description if you want to hear my thoughts about Godzilla. There's a lot of thoughts there. Generally, I'll give it a thumbs up. How about that? Thumbs up. If you want to know why, then check it out. Check out the Falcon Paladin Hour. Gate. Ooh, DT. So it's a bit of a Corsair DT opening here from SnOw. Not crazy fast or anything. It's not like you 1-base DT Corsair this thing, which is hard to do with only 1 gas. So yeah, 2 gas. 2 gas makes a lot more sense there. Storm and Zealot legs on the way. Pneumatized Carapace and missile attacks in production here from Sacsri. We like Sacsri. We do. We don't believe in him as much against Protoss, but that's okay. Wow. Some of my favorite sound combinations is the whong of the Warp Blade from a DT and the explosion of a Zergling as they get 1-shot. It's just, I don't know, something about the sound design. StarCraft sound design, whoever did it, talked about this. It's like a conglomeration. Obviously not one person was in charge of the sound design. But either way, it's just great. It's great. It's eternal. It holds up. It's so good. So good. What else is happening? Hiders and Lings are out. That counts for something that's happening. Lurker aspect does not come through the production tab, nor do I see any lurker eggs, nor any lurkers out on the field. So, the effectiveness of lurkers against DTs and Corsairs is a little questionable. Hydra Ling's gonna do a lot better here. I think that should be fine. That should be obvious. And 4th base timing here for the Zerg. I don't know if he's waiting for a 3rd base from the Protoss first. He doesn't have any vision on this. Or this, though. Maybe that's what this attack is somewhat about, but yeah! Hydra Ling. Oh, Corsairs are like, die, Overlord, so this DT can actually get some work done. No, Overlord! explosions. A lot of Zerg units explode when they die, which is weird because they're biological. But you know what? For the gameplay, it's great. Corsairs. Trying to find some overlords to kill here at this base. Nope. Okay, no overlords means DT can wander in here scot-free. Scourge, no connections. None at all. We didn't send any DTs in here. Where is the DTs? Interesting. I mean, I guess more overlords did show up. Yeah, this is very classic 10-minute GVT stuff. More Hydras, more Overlords being produced because these Overlords are dying. Not a supply block on Sacsri quite yet. Now it is. But again, more Overlords in the oven here. Dude, Zealots getting into this main base. Corsairs hunting Overlords at the third base. Natural base is quiet for now, but who knows how long that's going to last. Okay, enough defense is sent back here to shut this down. So Sacsri, I think, has survived this pretty well. I think he read it. He was like, it's going to be Corsairs, it's going to be Zealots, Hydroling's going to be fine here. Obviously, Storm is on the follow-up. You can't assume SnOw will not get Storm. It's just a dumb thing to assume. But yeah, Corsairs are like, you got a fourth base? No, I guess, I mean, I don't have a third base either. So who knows? Observatory is on the way. High Templar are out. Storm has been researched. So these guys have a couple Storms apiece. Get an amulet on the way because you're not going to skip that in a PvZ. Like, unless you're trying to win this thing in the first 5 minutes. But if you want to get anywhere into the 10-minute mark of the game, you're going to want some of that Storm. So there's a third base coming in from SnOw. A lot of Scourge on the way. He's trying to deal with these Corsairs with Scourge and Hydras. It's tough. It's really tough. I mean, what I'd like to see at some point is Ensnare be used against Corsairs, right? Ensnare the group and then Scourge them. That seems way more effective than trying to chase them down and trying to come at them from different angles. And a fourth base is now on the way from Sacsri, so that's good. And oh, what in the name of Fergus McGootson? It's 11 Mutalisks in production. Why? Sacsri, you know there's this Corsair ball here, and you know that they... Oh, hang on. Oh, it's only 3 Corsairs now. You know they have +1 attack. Oh, gosh. It's 2 Corsairs now. All right. He was banking. He was banking on the fact that his Corsairs that he was going to fight, well, the Corsairs he was going to fight would be lower in number. Another one died. Oh, my gosh. All the Corsairs died. Never mind. Sacsri, incredible hits. Maybe not the greatest micro out of SnOw here. What the heck was that? Oh, direct fire on your fourth base. What do you have to deal with this? These mutas are here to pick off High Templar. Try not to die to Storm forever. Ah, fourth base died. Oh, this is not good. Oh, no bueno. No bueno. For Sacsri, you can't be on even base count against SnOw at 13 minutes. It's not going to work out for you in the long run, friend. Namana. You can't even get this fourth. All right, SnOw's got a fourth base warping in. It's a 3-basing Zerg with no fourth base in production. He wasn't able to kill all the High Templar, so there's still Storms available here. See here, guys? See them? With so much Storm available, they're going to have 3 Storms available soon, which is the benefit of Khadaran Amulet. Ah, more mutas on the way. Lurker Aspect coming in after the Mutaflock has been created. Fourth base restarting after it got summarily executed here. Fourth base warping in. It's so far ahead. It is so far ahead of this fourth base from Sacsri. Fifth base. Okay, so double expanding top left. Fifth base coming in from Sacsri top left. It's going to be good. More DTs in production. I don't know if we're going to get some Dark Archons maybe. That'd be a lot of fun. If you're fighting enemy Mutalisks and your Corsairs are all dead and you don't seem to be really replacing them, a good Maelstrom Storm combo on these mutas can be wunderbar. Can be so good. So good for all. This I guess that was a DT hanging out over here. I don't know what that was for exactly. Mutas find a High Templar, snipe him. He gets 2. Where's the High Templar that threw that third Storm? I don't know, but Sacsri's trying to bust up this ramp while sending an attack into the third base of SnOw at the same time. Okay, fourth base, no. Abort, run. With the third base, sniping High Templar, eating some Storms, but if a High Templar dies, it's worth it. It's worse. Oh my gosh, the Storms. cloudy with a chance of storms. Well, you killed one of the High Templar, but like not, look at this guy. Not all of them. That DT was bugging out a little bit, huh? Pathing. Pathing is difficult in StarCraft. Turns out. Oh, it is Maelstrom. Sweet. Sweet. Where did we make a Dark Archon, though? I don't know that we have one. Ah, we're starting it now. Here's our guy. Here's our red eye. Alright, Queen's Nest on the way from Zerg. He's not sticking to this Hydra, Lurker, Muta stuff. Much to the approval of every Zerg player. You're not going to beat SnOw with Hydras and Lurkers and Mutas, dude. It's too hard. Storm's great against all of that stuff, and he's going to have infinite Storm. You're going to need some Plagues. You're going to need some Dark Swarms. You're going to need some Defiler shenanigans. Maybe some Ultras. I'm a big fan of Ultras in this matchup, and I don't feel like we've seen them against a Protoss player in a while from the Zerg perspective. Which is not to say Zergs haven't been winning BVZs on the channel recently, because they have. Right, there's been a good back and forth, I think. Good back and forth rivalry between Protoss and Zerg on the channel over the last couple weeks. Oh, but the High Templar, that's what you're supposed to be sniping. Mutas are like, we're too injured for that. Don't like it. Ooh, Hydra's got up this ramp, though. Muta's fighting directly against Dragoons is tough. How many storms do you have? Oh, High Templar died. No more storms! But Zealots are so good against these Hydras. +2 attack, +1 armor on the Hydras. +2/+2 on the Dragoons, though. Muta's just a straight-up part of this composition right now. They're just fighting. They're not harassing. They're not trying to pick off High Templar. Oh, there's the Maelstrom Storm combo. Every Mutalisk dies. They were previously injured. It made it a little bit easier. More Storm. All right, man. That might be the thumbnail. The 1650. You guys like a good Maelstrom thumbnail because it doesn't happen a lot. But, man, RJB's been going through hundreds and thousands of replays to find the best ones for us, and the ones that feature Dark Archons and Maelstrom are going to be on the list. Now, whether this is God tier because of a Maelstrom, probably not. He has never called a replay God tier solely for featuring a Maelstrom in it. It's going to be high-level play from both players is what RJB considers God tier. So, yeah, I think so far both players are doing all right. Defiler Mound on the way. Nidus Canal for instant reinforcements to the top left corner, which can be hard to get to sometimes. More DTs. Adrenal on the way. And another base coming in from SnOw on the right side. It is a 5th base for him. So, 5 bases for the Zerg. 5 bases for the Protoss. Just a quick plug, too. I'm on Twitter and Facebook at /FalconPaladin, and I'm on Reddit at r/FalconPaladin. Check that out. I've been actually kind of posting there a little bit recently, so another Dark Archon's on the way. If you're a Reddit person, feel free to hang out over there. And posting at StarCraft and, you know, just whatever. Just trying to get out there. If you guys are on Twitter at all. I know Twitter's been kind of falling apart recently, which I mean, as someone who advertises on Twitter, I still feel like the death of Twitter would be a net benefit for humanity. It's just, I don't think it's good for, like, us as a whole, as people. Anyway, big Adrenaling attack swinging on into this face on the right side. We've got 1, 2 upgrades and Adrenal for these Lings. So these these Zealots are holding the line for the Cannon Bros. But I think that Nexus is down. You can't kill the Lings fast enough. They've got Adrenal. Blarg. All the Lings died, but pretty worth, I would say, to wipe out a Nexus. Always worth to wipe out a Nexus. All right, man. SnOw sharking around out here. He's like, well, I killed 1 base, but I've lost a base. This is not good for me. I need to start killing more bases. That's how you defeat a Zerg player, is kill their hatcheries. Simultaneously, their unit-producing structure and their resource-gathering structure. It's 2 for 1. I don't know what that drone was trying to do. Good patience by Sacsri. Like, are you out of storms? No? Crap. All right. Well, we're not going to send everything then. My gosh. They just keep coming. Zergs have horror movies about, and then there was another storm. Because, my gosh, it's never running out. 3 storms per High Templar is so good. So good. I mean, guess what we have? More High Templar coming in with more storms. storm these lurkers up. Nom, 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 nom. Yes. Just no value lurkers here. Just getting no kills at all. This one has 0 kills and 16 HP. Dark Swarm, get him. Flank attack. Good job, Sacsri, coming from the other side and the top side. What a beautiful surround. It didn't work. Sacsri lost every side of that surround. It's a 22 kill Archon. Again, he gets the kills from being too high Templar in a previous life. But man, usually surrounds work ultra well in StarCraft, no matter who you are. This is a nice pin down, though. I mean, that was okay, but once again, Dark Swarm lurkers in the middle of the map never really accomplish as much as you'd like them to as a Zerg player. Dark Swarm lurker at a base, though, that's a different story, right? Scourge in case some kind of a storm drop tries to come through here, or Reavers or something. Is SnOw going to get some Reavers today? Don't know. I feel like it does increase your win rate against Zerg if you add some Reavers into the super duper late game composition. Plagues coming in. Ooh, plasma shields. Because guess what? We have 3 attack and 2 armor. We already have +1 plasma shields. Might as well get +2. Who needs shield upgrades, though? I mean, the third one, it's not on the way. Oh, it is. Just got started. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know that lurkers have gotten a lot of value today. I might bail on lurkers entirely here. Start throwing gas into Ultralisks. There are no Reavers. Storm is good, I guess, but like, man, Ultras can trade really well against Zealots and Dragoons, especially if they've been plagued. Sacsri is gonna start plaguing, right? Padme and Anakin meme. You're gonna start plaguing. Oh, plague's not done yet. Okay, never mind. You're gonna start plaguing the Protoss army, right? Uh-oh, this base is defended by a single Zealot. That will not do. Buy time! Buy time! Maelstrom the Lings! That, oh, double Maelstrom! Hot stuff! That was enough. Wow, this base were in a lot of trouble, and then it wasn't very quickly thanks to Maelstrom. Pick it up at a store near you. Another attempt to take down this 6 o'clock base of SnOws, but there are Zealots here. There are no High Templar here, though. Hold on. Hold your horses. What did I say about Dark Swarm at bases? High Templar are like, sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I got held up in traffic. Here we go. Storm. Trying to see within the Dark Swarm where the units are, and by golly, it works. He brought everybody with him, including the Archons, especially the Zealots, and the High Templar, and this is a safe base. This is a sick defend out of SnOw. Every Zerg player is like, why can't I ever break bases for Protoss? Even with Dark Swarm, it's supposed to be unstoppable. And every Protoss person in my Discord server is like, how come I can't defend against Zerg attacks when I'm Protoss? Like, well, how much Storm do you have? Because if you got that, you're actually okay. Yeah, this is a lot of Zerg thrown away to try to kill this Nexus. He's really swarming, though. I thought this attack would have petered out like 30 seconds ago, and he's still going. Is he dropping? Dude's dropping in here. Maybe not. He's just making sure there's no DTs in the Dark Swarm causing problems. He doesn't have Central Sacs yet. Okay, this battle is endless. Sacsri's taking the 12 o'clock base while all this is happening. Gotta appreciate it. He's consuming in the middle of battle. Dude, this Nexus is going to die. It just took like 3 separate waves of Zerg for it to go down. I don't know if that was cost efficient, but if your goal is to kill bases to win the game against SnOw, sure. Sure. Plague. Is there enough? Is there enough to get the Zerg out of here? And there is, but only after losing an entire Nexus and a ton of Zealots and some Dragoon. I mean, you know, Protoss units died here. It wasn't just Zerg. He's still sending stuff in for scouting purpose. Well, I guess this Overlord can see there's not a Nexus there, but he's going to get chased away too. Wow. 172 to 176 after all that. So, I don't know if we accomplished a whole lot, but one base down is a base down. No one can take that away. Ooh, it is drops. Lurker drops. My gosh, Sacsri is using all the tools in the box. Ooh! 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 8 and 12 kills. Worker count's down to 45 for SnOw. 4-5. Insane. But some zealots made it up to 12 o'clock before the Sunkens finished up, and the drones had to evac for just a minute here. That's fine. And you gotta storm these, pick them up. Ah, he tried. He tried to unburrow and get him out of there, but then everything. He's got like, he has 3 HP. But the swarming is real. Look at this. Look at the mini-map. Look at the swarm. DTs are in here, but this Overlord is like, what is this Defiler trying to do? Get a Dark Swarm up. All right, that works. Acceptable, Dark Defiler guy. I don't know why we're sending Lings up this ramp 2 at a time just for death purposes. But Dark Archon gonna come in and not do a lot, I guess. Just tank some damage. The DTs are invisible or invincible from ranged attacks inside Dark Swarm, but he wasn't inside Dark Swarm enough. Yeah, this guy was in there. He's got 4 kills. Good for him. However, being at 41 probes to 68 drones is not a healthy or happy place for SnOw. Yeah, man, this game is... We've gotten drops, we've gotten Plague usage, Dark Swarm usage, Adrenalings. We had like 8,000 resources worth of Zerg just die trying to kill this base, and they finally did. And I'm not sure it mattered all that much. I think what mattered maybe more were these lurkers that killed a ton of probes. But hey, you know, that's the power of drops, right? The power of drops for Zerg. We don't see drops used enough from Zerg, right? We definitely see, and from Terran, to be honest. Terrans could stand to drop more, too. The third base of SnOw under attack. By that I mean, just, you don't think you even need a Dark Swarm here. These cannons are previously injured, so this Nexus is dead. But, it's the third base. It was taken a while ago. There's not a ton of resources here, right? Not many. Joe, good job. Alright, Dark Storm Lurker up. Spread so that storms can't hit them all with one storm. Zealot's coming over the backside. That's a beautiful, beautiful Lurker Spine setup there. That's not going to be not healthy or happy for our friend at all. Another Maelstrom. Maelstrom on above ground Lurkers. That's weird. You don't see that very much, but it does prevent them from burrowing. So it's nice, but I don't know about SnOw right now. I'm worried about him. The Zerg's at 73 drones. 73. Look at the swarm. Look at the mini-map. I know I need to look at the minimap more often, but you should look at it right now too, because this is how you set up a swarm. There was a SnOw versus Soma game like this maybe a couple months ago that was insane. I think it was on blockchain. Oh, there are Reavers out. What up, Reaver? I'm not going to spoil it, but I maybe got more hyped at the end of that game than I've ever gotten on the channel. So if you want to link to that one, let me know. Just leave a comment saying, Falcon, where is a link to that SnOw versus Soma game you hyped up so much during this cast? If you ask me for the link you talked about, I won't remember what the link is because I talk about too many different links in all my different casts all the time, okay? So specify, please. Thank you. Anyway, Dark Swarm Lurker is not really making much ground here. I mean, they're baiting storms out that these Lings, I guess more Lurkers don't want to have to deal with later. That'd be nice. Scarabs in production. Okay, Plague on Buildings. That was a very specific Plague on Buildings. We don't see it a lot. A lot of people leave comments saying, why don't we see more Plague on Buildings and, well, against Terran or against, honestly, Protoss? And I don't know, but Sacsri likes it. Sacsri likes it a lot. So every map on this base has been taken except for the top right. And we're not retaking the third. We might need to retake the third if this continues on its path. Another attempt into the 6 o'clock base. You know what? There are no High Templar here, so this base is gonna die again. Ooh, High Templar snipe. He just came out of this gateway, didn't he? Poor guy. First 5 seconds on the job. Gets, I guess, killed. Just straight up killed by Hydralisks. Man, I just watched, what's his name? Nicky Jakey's video? Is it Nicky Jake? Something like that. You know who I'm talking about. But he did a video about Last of Us Part 2 and the concept of ludonarrative dissonance, where it's like your gameplay and the messaging you're trying to have your game sell are at odds. We'll hold that thought for a minute, though. Sacsri's going for the jugular. He's trying to get and just completely wipe out the Protoss main, which is something that Terran players do in this matchup. We haven't really seen it a whole bunch from Zerg, but it certainly seems like that's what he's trying to do. And he could, if he, you know, A-move these guys instead of not doing that. There we go. A-move. Oh, Plague on the Zealots makes them so much squishier. DTs come out, but guess what? There's an Overlord here who has been plagued, mind you. So that's not great. Whatever. Nexus down. Counts as a Nexus down. And this contain... Look at this base by Sacsri. This contain is keeping reinforcements from getting over here and saving the main base. SnOw needs to take this base and maybe start building some tech up. He can't. There's dropped Hydras in that base. Sacsri is being a monster right now. Okay, hold on. This little high ground base of Sacsri's is going to die. It's hard to have this base if Protoss has this base because they can put a High Templar right here and storm you from a very safe position. We've seen it a million times. But yeah, this is SnOw losing his main base in a PvZ. This is not something we see a lot. It's 182 to 111 supply. SnOw needs this base yesterday, and he's getting it started. That top right base is now coming in. But the Citadel just died. The Stargate is going to die. 6 gateways in the Observatory are going to die. Must rebuild. I've done this against Terran. I don't do this against Zerg a lot, says SnOw. But while this is all happening, yeah, it's just this messaging of The Last of Us Part 2 really, really wants to be about cycle of violence is bad, and revenge is unhealthy, and forgiveness is good. But then it has you, like, murder so many people in the game and force you to murder people in the game to progress the story is the more important part. So it's like hypocritical about it. Anyway, it tried having a good message. It didn't really nail it, though, and I think that's fair to say. Yeah, I don't know, man. SnOw, the drops. The drops. I don't know if it was needed for this base to die. This base is going to die anyway. But I think that might be it for SnOw. SnOw's main base is dead. SnOw's 9 o'clock is dead. Yeah. 3 o'clock is dead. He doesn't have the 9 o'clock base. What are you talking about, Falcon? You know how to read a clock, right? Maybe, sometimes. Greater Spire coming in. Are we going to get Guardians to try to break this final position of SnOw? Yeah, this is not looking good for SnOw. Sacsri is using every trick in the book. Now, really the only way that SnOw can win this game from this point is if... Ow. Sacsri just throws thousands and thousands of resources worth of Lings and Hydras and Lurkers and Defilers into this meat grinder. Into this Reaver, Cannon, High Templar, Zealot, Archon meat grinder, right? Just throws them away uselessly. Doesn't use Dark Swarm well. Doesn't make any progress. Slowly mines out every base that he has, which... He's taking the 6 o'clock too. I don't see it. I don't see it. Holy Gamete Meiosis for plus 50 Queen energy. We're going to get Queens in this game too? Okay, yeah. This is all the tools in the toolbox except for carriers today. We might not see Devours. We're probably not going to see Ultralisks at this stage. Because Ultras are not as good at attacking a choke like this. They're better at concaving armies, right? Well, I don't know. Having some Ultras in here to soak up some damage while Hydras are just burning stuff that's been plagued. That might work, but nothing Sacsri's interested in here today. So he's maxed out. He's getting a bank. SnOw's at 106 supply. Ooh, spawn ruling on Queens! My dream has come true! Oh my gosh, it's my dream. Is there like a storm drop up here? That's an obs. Okay. I was gonna say, I could maybe get you back. I've told this story before. Oh, he parasited a Reaver too. Oh my gosh, he spawned brutalizing High Templar. My ideal composition that I theory crafted during like math class in high school was like 2 groups of guardians, so 24 guardians, a group of mutas, a group of devourers, and then like as many queens as I could make from that point. And it's like Protoss can't handle that. I just spawn brutalizing all their High Templar, and then everything else dies to 24 guardians. And if there are some like Corsairs, yeah, mutas, devourers, they handle all that. Same thing with carriers. It was unbeatable. But like professional Zergs never do it. They never spawn brutalizing High Templar, and we saw it today. It brings joy to little Falcon's heart before I was Falcon Paladin even. Yeah, this might just be your GG. I mean, it's been GG for a minute. And sure, the comments are going to say the only reason we saw Broodlings used against High Templar was because the game was over and Sacsri was memeing a little bit. And I say that's fair, but you know what? I'll take it. It makes me happy anyway. It's just an obs. It is just an obs. I keep thinking that's a drop, but it's not. This has been SnOw on the back foot for the last, man, like the last 20 minutes. It's been a very excellent game from Sacsri. I am absolutely blown away how good this is, and that's a GG. GG. SnOw taps out Sacsri with his 48% win percentage. I mean, 48.7. It's almost 49. But his 48... Man. 48% win versus Protoss, and he won versus SnOw. Woo! That was a great game. That was God tier. I agree with you, RJB. Incredible. Awesome. I mean, just a truly, 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 truly good BVZ. Just nonstop all the way. And I just wonder how much of it was this. How much of it was, yeah, Sacsri threw away a ton of units, lings, and lurkers, and hydras, especially to take down the 6 o'clock base. But he did. And I don't know, maybe a lesser Zerg player just kind of gives up. Like I suggested he would do and falls back and all that is for nothing. But if you continue pursuing, then you get the hatchery. I mean, that's the sunk cost fallacy. It's an official fallacy in the list of fallacies that are out there. He's making 20 mutos to make guardians. He's like, if I can't break this, I'll need some guardians. But that is literally a sunk cost fallacy. You're like, I've lost so much already. I got to keep going to make up for the previous things that I've lost. Like gamblers love the sunk cost fallacy. And it can happen in StarCraft too. But it worked. It worked out for him. And I think that was the point where the tide was turned. And then his beautiful map awareness, just sending an attack down to kill this base. He manages to kind of force and contain SnOw into this little area. And then he's like, well, I guess that means your natural and your main base are totally free. And it was. Totally free. Wow. No. Did he? What? No way. Did he take down that Nexus with what? No, I don't think he did. I think that's just hidden because SnOw tapped out, right? SnOw had that base. It was kind of one base. Yeah. Yeah, that was just, he tapped out, so he lost his vision. But seriously, the spawn broodlings on the High Templar. I wish we could see it in a game where it wasn't already over. I still feel like it'd be good. But yeah, this base lived. Pretty much the only base that did live. This Reaver, man. Oh, I should see how many kills that Reaver has, but it's like at the very end of the game. Please hold. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times. Thank you for flying Falcon Paladin Air as I rewind you. Well, fast forward you all the way to like the last 4 seconds of the game. This guy. 2 kills. Hold on. There has to be. There has to be more. 11 kills. Parasite detected. Oh, that's so good. Oh, parasite detected. It means you can see all of them. And you parasite a Reaver because SnOw's not killing his own Reaver. It's genius. Woo, 24 kills on that Reaver. 24. And then he dies. He's down. This guy's back here, racking up some kills. 5 kills on that one. I forgot if they're building, they don't show you how many kills they have. So it's not a lot. Not as many as 24 up here. The Zealots buffering for the Reaver. SnOw doing everything he can to hold on. Another plague on this Reaver, and somebody like spits at it. Like looks at it funny and it dies. Yeah, 1 Hydra attack's down. We didn't get how many kills there were there, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that 24 kill Reaver was the MVP of the match for SnOw. Awesome. How about Lurker guys? How many kills did you guys have? Not really many. They just, you know, you get to the front lines and then you die and you get replaced by new people. It's very World War I-esque with Zerg sometimes. So yeah, nobody's really a hero up here because none of them got that many kills because they're new to the battle. Anyway, 19,000 points versus 370,000 points here. Sacsri way ahead on that matter. Oh my gosh, 1,214 units produced in only 36 minutes. That's a lot. That's a fast rate. But he, outproduced 4-1, and he got outkilled 3-1. So there you go. The maths, they check out. What do we got? 2 to 103 buildings raised. That is astounding. That is troubling. And then resources here, outspending the Protoss by about 21,000 resources in, say, 36 minutes. Pretty good. Pretty great game from Sacsri, man. I don't know. Like, what was in his Wheaties? Had his Wheaties this morning. All right, so that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.